Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all our subscribers, wherever you're watching us from. I go by the name Dennis Iman, and this is the LAB20 podcasts, brought to you by LAB20 Innovations and LAB20 Tours and Safaris. And it's another one. We're back here with another conversation with another real person. I know there's this thing of but then for me, I always tell people the reason we sit here is just we want to have a real conversation, not sugar-coated that, not because his name is so. Anyone who has a story, let's sit down and have a conversation. And our conversations today border around different topics, but one of them is what I've been asked a lot this week. So we know that means there's a picture we took this place in area 47, Catalina. We're outside at Catalina. You took yourself.
Yeah. Catalina. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-mm. So people kept sending me that photo. They're like, is this So people are calling it different names. Is this Talk It Out with Dr. Bande? Is this the black teacher? Some are saying, is this the Chinese teacher?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like all those. Talk It Out with Dr. Bande, Chinese teacher or black teacher.
Yeah.
And the question was always, he was talking about my visa. I was working on visa in yeah. So when I saw your picture, I was like, I think that should be the guy.
Yeah.
Some would be like, I follow him.
Yeah.
And they'll tell me the stories how they follow you.
Yeah.
But a quick search on the internet says your name is Patrick Bande.
Yes.
And you're a Malawian scholar, social activist, and China expert.
Yes.
And basically most of that is from your Facebook page, I think. And you are described as a Pan-African thinker. One of your Facebook posts discuss the growth of Islam in Malawi.
Yeah.
Noting the generosity of Muslim communities in supporting their poor, which is making their religion visible and also dominant. That's the internet. How do you describe yourself? When people meet you, who are you?
Well, but I should say I have my identity is Oceanasian. Like you have said, some people call me the Chinese teacher. I was even surprised that I'm not a Chinese teacher. I don't teach Chinese. Yeah, but I think it's coming from me living in China. And I call myself the black teacher. Yeah, the black teacher because I'm a black person from Africa and I'm teaching in China. Teaching is my actual job. It's like my full-time job. Okay. That's what I'm doing in China. Yeah, so I am the black teacher living in China. On social media, especially on my Facebook page, like you've seen, I call myself a Pan-Africanist, and I also describe myself as a social activist. Like I comment on social issues that are affecting people. Sometimes I also dive into politics. We cannot run away from politics. Yeah, but that's how I would describe myself: a Pan-Africanist, the black teacher. Yes.
You stay in China. You just came here.
Yes, for holidays. For
how long have you been in China? And what actually took you to China to say, I stay in China, I'm teaching in China?
Yes. Actually, this is a very interesting story. I first went to China in 2010.
2010, like 25 years ago. 15 years, 2010. 15 years
15 years ago.
Yeah,
15 years ago, I went to China for the first time. And the reason I went to China was to study. I got a scholarship. From 2008, Malawi shifted its diplomatic relations from Taiwan to China. And following that, China was also trying to expand its influence on Africa, that is cultural and through cultural and educational studies. Yeah, so they had these exchanges, and many African countries had already started sending their students to China. And Malawi, I think, started in 2008, if not 2007. But I was going in 2010. There were already a few Malawians there that had gone area like the first or the second years. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah. So I went there to study, and I went to a city called Harbin. Harbin. It's in the north of China, northeast of China. The province is called Heilongjiang, and it's bordered with Russia. Yeah, it's very close to Russia. If you go to this city, you'll find many Russians. And actually, in their history, this city was once controlled by Russia, and they left a lot of infrastructure there. So the architecture in Harbin is similar to Russian architecture. Yeah. So I went to this city, to Harbin Engineering University, and I went to do my master's. And I did that for 4 years, from 2010 to 2014. It was 4 years because we were mandated to do Chinese studies. Yeah. So the first year was doing Chinese studies. After that, we started to do my master's. Yes. And 2014, I graduated. I came back to Malawi. And when I was coming back to Malawi, I was like, oh, after living in China for 4 years, I'm coming back. Everything will be where it was, and I'm going to catch up with my friends and the like. But when I came, I saw that a lot had changed. Friends had moved. I was a little bit lonely in Blantyre. You came to Blantyre, you're looking for your friends, they are no longer there. So I decided to go back to China to study again. Yeah. So after doing your master's, the next step is a PhD. So I went back, I got a scholarship again for PhD, and that started in 2015. I completed it in 2020. Yeah. And why am I still working in China now? In 2019, I came back to Malawi. Maybe you know about that. I came back to Malawi. I tried to, because I have always been active in politics, and I follow domestic politics a lot. What's happening, and like I said, I'm a social activist. I always care about what's happening and how we can improve our country, right? Yeah, so in 2018, I started talking with my friends like, okay, let me contest for parliament. So I came in 2018, we campaigned for 2019 elections. That time I was still doing my PhD. Okay. Yeah. I had completed my course studies. I had published, I had done my 2 publications, and I was now left with the dissertation, like the thesis. Yeah, so I said, okay, I can go to Malawi, do my thing whilst I'm working on my thing. So I took a leave. I came to Malawi. Chisanko Jijajinata, 2019. I didn't make it, yeah, but it was really a very good experience. After that, I went back to China to graduate. Okay. So 2019, when I was going, I was like, I'm going to graduate, to take my PhD and come back. Yeah, so the plan was to come back. I was already trying to find jobs. I was throwing out my applications and the like. And then COVID happened in 2020. Yeah. January, February, March, COVID, everybody was talking about Wuhan, China. Yeah, you remember? Yes. So it hit me also because I was now stuck in the university. All the Chinese students had left. Everybody went home. The students that came from neighboring countries or rich countries like UK, US were evacuated to go back. Mm-hmm. And we were from Malawi. Nobody would come and see you. So we were left in the university. I was there with a few guys, PhD and master's guys from Pakistan. I remember in my university. Yeah, it was really a difficult time. Now I was like, offered whether to extend or to stick with the program to graduate in June 2020.
Which was like amid COVID, right?
Yes, amid
2020,
COVID, yes. So I said, no, I have been studying for a long time and I was exhausted. Doing a PhD, everybody who has done a PhD will tell you that.
Yeah.
I was exhausted. So I said, no, I've done everything. I want to graduate in June. Yeah, we had some struggles with the supervisor and the like, but luckily everything went smooth. I was able to graduate by July 2020. But the borders were still locked.
Yeah.
You cannot find a flight. If you ever found a flight to come back to Malawi, it was very, very expensive. In today's money, maybe the ticket would cost you maybe 20 million kwacha just to come back. Yeah. So there was no way I could come back. And the university, the principal offered me a place to say, okay, you have been a good student here and you can stay here. When school resumes, we'll find a job for you to be doing. Yeah, but it meant that I should just be staying in the campus. Yeah, indoors, not going out. And it took a toll on my mental health. So I was still talking with people like, I want to leave this place. Then a girl who I knew a long time ago in Harbin, she was working, like I said, Harbin is like the northeast of China. So she was working in the south of China, the place near, a province near to Guangzhou, if you know Guangzhou, where people go for shopping.
For shopping, where people buy all these things.
Yeah, so she was like, man, you've graduated, what are you doing? What are you still doing at school? I said, I'm here, I don't know where to go. So she was like, you can come, join our company. I was like, really? She said, yes, our company is looking for foreigners and I can set you up with the boss and you can have an online interview. I said, okay. So we did a Zoom interview. Yeah, a bunch of people asking me questions, all this, and they offered me the job. Like, you can come, we are happy to offer you a job. And I went to the school, I told them, I want to leave, I found a job. They were like, are you sure? I said, yeah. So they said, if you leave, don't come back.
Okay.
Because we offered you a place, and you know now it's during COVID,
yeah.
We cannot allow you to go, and then we should also take care of you coming back, yeah. So I said, okay. I left, I went to this place. And since 2020 until now, that's been the story. Now I was stuck now in China, started working. Yeah. Okay. That's how I found myself working. It wasn't like a plan. I want to work in China.
To work in China.
Yes. I even sent my suitcases in 2020. There was a friend who was shipping stuff back here. I said, I'm graduating this year. I shipped all my big suitcases, my books and everything, because I was getting ready to graduate and come back. Okay. But because of COVID, maybe that's how it was meant to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. When I saw that you are back this time, mangona ngati kuti maybe plan imene inalipo 2019 ikanali, and maybe pansi mabanga ziwiri zitatu. So because 2019 you were contesting, now 2025 it's another elections year and you are back here. So if mangona ngati kuti
he's
we're coming for campaign.
For elections. Yeah. Many people thought that way, but I decided, I made a conscious decision not to contest in 2025 due to personal reasons.
Okay.
Yeah. I lost my parents, both my parents, in the same year in 2022. And the area where I contested is like my home area where I come from in Lower Shire. And my parents were retired and they were living there. So during the campaign, I was staying in my parents' home, and it was very convenient having my parents there and, you know, the support that your parents can give you. Yeah. And in 2022, unfortunately, I lost my mom September 2nd, and I lost my dad also at the end of the year, December 31st. Yeah. So after that happened, I said, I'm not going to contest in 2025 until we do everything. We do the tombstone unveiling and everything. to honor them,
Yeah.
then I can start afresh, So that was the biggest factor that made me not to contest this time around. But I still have the ambitions. I still have those ideas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we should expect within Hawina Agebe, you still 23 in Deputy.
Yes.
You still.
Yes, and my contesting as a member of parliament quite was like a starting point. I wanted to show people, to demonstrate to people that you can have a good person as an MP. You can have an MP who knows the job and do the correct things and transform an area or a constituency. That's what I wanted to do. And I wouldn't. Some people don't agree. They say, once you started it, you
don't get out of it.
You don't get out of it. Oh yeah, but I truly believe that if I won as an MP, the most I would do would be 2 terms. Yeah, if everything went perfect in 1 term, I would graduate from being an MP.
Okay.
I aspire being an MP. I aspire to being a city mayor, because I know that our cities are not run properly. Okay. I know that the way we elect our mayors is not the best way to elect mayors. And I know that most of the mayors that we elect don't operate like to the full capacity. Yeah. So these are the things that I aspire, because I know if I can be a good MP and do something and leave a reputation, or if I can be a mayor and run a city like Lilongwe or Blantyre or Zomba or Nzuzu and transform it within 5 years, then anything is possible.
Okay.
Because people will see and anything is possible.
But I don't know. People say ukakhatua yamba ndali. Either ndali zikusintha kapena ungokhalamo for the sake of kukhalamo.
Yes.
What was that? There was something that was happening, and I think it was a debate that was there just like a few weeks ago. Nyauyu had this, and there was Noyo Charamanda who was on the panel, who once was a mayor for the city of Blantyre.
Yes, and was a good mayor.
And Hambi Hamadi was a good mayor. But if you follow his story, kuti anachoka about mayor baje chifanyani. You realize kuti amavotera mayor uje ndi makansala.
Yes.
And if you are going to be a good mayor to the people, it means ukupanga zinthu zambiri zosiyana ndi zimene andali amapanga.
Andali, yeah.
Ukakhala kuti for people to say kuti iwe ndiwe good mayor, that means ukusangalatsa zimene amapanga anthu.
Yes.
Like the citizens of the city. Chitukuko mpanga izi. For that to happen, you have to struggle with your councillors. Why?
Yes.
Because anthu akufuna misewu zitililidwa.
Yes.
That's money being used there.
Yes.
Ndalama zimene zomakansala akanasankha kuwapangira zinthu zina that enriches them and makes them happy, or their parties.
Yes.
How do you think you would navigate that? Because it's the reality of politics on the ground.
Yes, then that's very true. I've heard some politicians speak also the truth about the system, What they say is that the system is not good. The system is rotten. And it's true that you might be good, you might have good ideas, but once you enter into the system can change you. Yeah. I believe that we need to change the system. And I've heard so many people saying this. We need to change the system. It's true. How we elect mayors, the residents of the city need to go to a vote to choose their mayor. We can afford that. Okay? And then you've talked about the cities, the money being used for this and not being shared among the council, the city council members or like that. Yeah. Another problem that we have with our cities, they are not creative enough. I had a conversation a few days ago, with Mr. Mahata.
Yes.
You know the famous Dennis
Mahata's father.
His father, yeah. He operates a garden where he grows flowers, inside Lilongwe, yeah. And I went to visit his garden, and he's doing a wonderful job. Just by his garden runs Lilongwe River.
Yes.
Okay, and we were talking about a river running through the city.
Mm-hmm.
So many cities in the world have a river running through them. And what do they do to that river? How do they utilize the river, the water, for recreation? You know?
Mm.
So we were saying this, our cities are not creative enough. They don't do things that would generate income for them. So they just depend on city fees, city rates, parking fees, market fees, these kind of things to generate income. And it's not enough. Okay, if the cities would commercialize, start creating public spaces that can be let out to people, and the residents having these very good spaces. You know, when I'm in China, I often go around. I make videos.
Exactly.
Yeah, showing people
how cities look like and how people operate.
Yes. Mm-hmm. How a location like Area 18 should be like. What facilities can be there to cater for Area 18? Cities need to create jobs. You know, every area should have an administration center. Area 18 should have a management administration center, a place where you can get all the services for Area 18. Every area should be like that. And those are jobs for people you are creating. And people, when people pay their rates, they see where the money is going. The inner city roads, the garbage collection, the public spaces, the parks, and everything. You know? But one person cannot do this. You need to change the system. You need to convince people that this is the right way of doing things. And I'm glad that people are talking about it now. I'm not the only one talking about it. Many people are talking about it. I hope with the social media, people's minds can change and begin to see, because we are wasting time. We are wasting time. We are not building a good country for our people. People are living lonely lives in Malawi. People go to work, come back home on their phones. There's no any space to go and say, I'm going to read a book. In China, you can take your backpack, take your laptop and say, I don't want to be in my apartment today, I'm bored. I want to be outside in the park. And you have a beautiful space. You sit down with your laptop. You have seen maybe videos. You can charge your phone in the park.
In the park, yeah.
Yes. There are lights everywhere. Those are cities doing things.
Okay. You have talked about the systems, and the systems, which is the politics. Because every system is governed by politicians who are supposed to be making policies. Now, if my politicians are, now, okay, as we sit today, we still have a few days to the polling day.
Yeah.
We have a chance to change things right now.
Yes.
I'm sure you have been around.
Yes.
You have been around, you have interacted with people. You have heard
I don't think we have a chance to change things.
Okay,
I don't think we have a chance.
What do we have? We are going to the polls.
Yes, but I think it's going to be the same. Why? It's like we don't have a better choice. You understand? You're just switching. It's like you're just picking the lesser evil in your eyes, right? What do you think is the lesser evil? I'm saying this because I have gone around and I have interacted with people, and I have met people who are not decided. So many people who cannot give me a clear answer, and this is like less than a month to elections, and you ask them, who are you going to vote for? They are not clear. Okay? And I understand why they are not clear, because they can analyze the problems we have, they can analyze the options that we have, and they clearly cannot make a decision. And I understand why. Looking at the manifestos, you see that the ruling party gives its manifesto. It's almost the same as what the oppositions are doing, are saying. And all manifestos are based on, I don't know if I can say, I think Malawians cannot be told the truth. Okay? That's how politicians look at it. Politicians cannot tell you the truth. If they speak the truth, you will not vote for them.
Yeah.
So they're just lying.
So okay, so what you're saying is the manifestos have been crafted to using a lie that just makes you believe.
A lot of things that are unrealistic, things that cannot be explained, how they can be achieved. People just say things now. You understand? And this happened in 2020. 2020, people were convinced that certain things will happen. Yeah. And I was laughing. I was saying, these things cannot happen. 2020, I was there. These things cannot happen. These things cannot happen.
Okay. I remember you arguing a lot with people around those things.
Yes.
And for me, as someone who is a proponent of positive thinking, and when you're in China, you're always showing us all these things, the parks is. And if somebody comes today and say, Malawi no find what's any bullet train, and you who uses a bullet train in China, we know that I'm boys no take as many.
Yes.
Don't you think you are trying to say you're thinking too high, guys? Can you?
Yes.
What are you communicating?
Yeah, we have to be realistic. It's okay to call them ambitions. Okay, it's a good thing to have ambitions. In management, we have strategic management. We have long-term plans. You make long-term things. Okay, having a bullet train is like flying. Okay, or let's say for a baby, it's like running. A baby that is not sitting, that is not crawling, that is not walking, is talking about running. You understand? So there's a process. There are steps we can take. We can have a dream to say that we have bullet trains by 2060. Okay? If we want to have bullet trains, we need to first have rail lines. We need to have a functional railway system that is a passenger railway system. We don't have a passenger railway system that is vibrant in Malawi. Right? We only have the cargo railways that brings stuff from Mozambique we don't have a passenger railway system.
But I think in Blantyre they use one. Is it Tunayuj? Is that a cargo? I don't know. There's like a
there's one
Central Eastern Africa.
Yes. There's one, and they don't really rely on that passenger train like to generate their incomes. They rely on cargo. They get deals to transport cargo in. Imagine, I was trying to go to Blantyre. I've been trying to go to Blantyre for 3 days from Lilongwe. And the only option is buses, driving. And if you can afford a 180,000 kwacha, you fly.
Air ticket to Blantyre.
And even air ticket, fly, there are only 2
times that
you fly in the morning or in the afternoon. How is that possible? I tell you, if you connected a railway line from Lilongwe to Blantyre, you would be having trains full with people and cargo, moving people and cargo, and you would be. It would be very profitable. You would create jobs, but we don't do that. So if you say we need a bullet train, before we need a bullet train, can we have a normal train that takes people from Lilongwe to Zuzu? Can we have a normal train that takes people from Dedza to Cheu to Balaka to? Can we have a railway line? You know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but it's good to dream in color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about dreaming in colors.
Yes.
And I would want to relate this now to the issue that you were talking about. Yeah, city planning and whatnot.
Yes.
While policies might be there or might not be there, I'm not sure. Because there was a time that I was out there also advocating for can we reimagine Lilongwe and all that.
Yes.
When you go into these places where policies are not just made, but whatever was already made, my policies implementation yake. You find there are no people that are willing or that are capable, for the lack of better words, to actually implement them. So it's either the need to implement your kwayo mulibemo, or maybe the resources for that to happen are not there. Something is lacking. The policies are there. And the people, I was just reading in a bulletin from the Lilongwe City Council. How have you enjoyed the roads around town?
The new roads?
Yep.
Yeah. From what you're saying, amwene ku Malawi kuli anthu ozindikira.
Okay.
Ku Malawi kuli anthu ozindikira ambiri. And you'd be surprised if you go in government departments, ma offices, ma ministries, muli funds yoyaza ngini, funds yonena kuti ngini anaphunzira, akuzidziwa. Zimene ndikunena kuti ine ndimaona ku China. I'm not the first person to go to China. People have been to Europe, people have been to the US, and they are civil servants. They're working in Malawi.
Exactly.
But why do they fail to implement these things? You have bureaucracy in Malawi. And recently I've been hearing some politicians talking about this. For you to come and implement something, it's not easy. There's plenty of empty lands in our cities.
All over,
plenty
everywhere.
of empty
Spaces.
You can come up with your friends and put together money and say and have a beautiful idea, saying in this city we want this space to do something on this space and put up something that will beautify our city, that will create jobs, that will create incomes for people. It will not pass. We
have done that. So you are saying, but I can tell you from experience,
yes.
The whole Reimagine thing.
Yes.
We have documents that we have written. We have done a research on placemaking in cities.
Yes.
We have written the city council.
Yes.
This is our plan. These are things. This space, if like simple things that would just transform this space. For us to just get an approval signature with, okay, the council, whether it's the directors of engineering, planning, and Akalavansi, they agree with what you have said. And okay, can you go ahead? Because we said we're going to go look for investors.
Yes.
We already have people that are willing to come in, private investors.
Yes.
3 years later, and where's the Reimagining?
2025, we are still a country that relies on signatures.
Yeah.
You still wait. You can wait for
without a signature, nothing will move.
Abwana ajogapo, budigire gaye, sana sainire, abwana sana sainire. So there is a lot of bureaucracy and there is a lot of resistance. Chifuko antwenage, they benefit from the system many. Okay, so there is always resistance to change, right? Change is not easy. Yeah, but when you have people that are benefiting from the status quo, it's very difficult to bring about change. So you need an overhaul of the whole system. I'm happy that now we are talking about these things because more and more people are realizing this. Okay, there is no way. Now we're creating life where only the rich, only people who with money
can actually make things
can actually enjoy this country.
Yep.
Only people with money can fly 30 minutes to be in Blantyre. Only people with money can take their kids outside the country and enjoy the Ferris wheels, all the amusement parks. Things that we can bring and allow every Malawian to enjoy this country, you know. Yes. So
Malawians Radio, I was talking to you about how have you enjoyed the roads? But there's this report that came out today. A strong growing concern in Lilongwe. Street lights stolen by the very people meant to protect them. This even the road hasn't been officially handed over to the Malawi government because the M1 road is a grant from the Chinese government.
Yes.
Officially hasn't been handed over, but there are all these street lights and we've got the standard bank ones, in-country financing road. Angoigama street lights aja.
And how yours?
And literally not just kujotsa. Literally cutting that pole. Kuita upita ndi hacksaw ndikudula. Ndikuchigwetsa chipo chija ndikachotsa pamacheni chipo yoso. The people, if policies change, bureaucracy is removed. As a people, mindset yato, are we ready for any type of development?
Those are signs. Anthu basi angofika po tingogawa nabo zanga. Aliyesi nditengepo zanga. Naneso nditengepo zanga. You know, I made a post about Lilongwe roads, and I was saying, Lilongwe, you have beautiful roads now, Congratulations to the people of Lilongwe. Take care of your roads. And in the comments, people are coming. Don't say it's not for the people of Lilongwe. It's for Malawians. I said, no. Own your things. Own your stuff. Be proud. This is Lilongwe. This is our roads. And you protect them. Mugakhala ndi mtima oti izi ndi za Malawi yense, ndi za boma, ndi chifukwa chake madziba. You understand? You don't have the ownership. Kunena kuti zinthu zindi zathu. We should protect these things. We should be proud of these things. Yeah. And it's not only Lilongwe. In Blantyre it happens. There's vandalism. Blantyre is dark at night these days.
Yeah.
My streets are markets.
Very popular with street kids mugging people and stuff.
Yes, all those things. We lack the ownership. Ukapita maiko anzatu every city imakhala ndi matimu ampira, stadium yawo, ma streets yawo, and anthu ajama panga embrace zinthu zimene zichazo ngati part of them. Akamuka kumana ku university kuja say, where are you from? Inetu ndino waku Lilongwe. Hey, Lilongwe man. You feel kuti that's me.
Me, a part of me.
The musicians from Lilongwe make music about Lilongwe. They are proud to be Lilongwe guys. You go to Mangoji. We are from Mangoji. So you take Mangoji as you have that ownership. Malawi, we like that. And we like patriotism also. Generally, we as Malawians. You know, I was talking about chifajana nthamagwi ampenaga kamalankhula chilankhulo chawo. Ampenaga dumbuka kulankhula na chitumbuka. Chifajana anthu ena zimanyasa. Anthu ena ake alomwe akulankhula na chilomwe. Chifajana anthu ena ake zimanyasa. That's also a problem that we have in Malawi. Okay? If ngati tili chikhalidwe chathu chili chakuti, we are proud to be this. You start from there. Okay? Akuti awo amakonderana okhaokha, then is that wrong? Is that wrong? I know you know me, tikondana, right? That's a good sign. And then you bring the nationalism. Okay? Inu ndino alomwe, inu ndino ayawo, inu ndino atonga, ife ndife tose ndife Malawi. So you love yourself, then also let's love Malawi. If somebody doesn't love himself, he cannot love you. So love yourself, love your identity, and then bring kuti Malawi, kuti ma tribes osiyana-siyana, kuti zilankhulo zosiyana-siyana, tonse ndife Malawi.
But then when you look at narrative imene ilipo panopa, everybody pushes narrative yoti Malawi sikutukuka chifukwa choti people are too isolated. Alomwe akufuna zipanga za chilomwe, achewa amapanga zawo za chichewa, and the other tribes atumbuka, people will just bundle and hakumpoto as like atumbuka. Of course, there are like a lot of other tribes, Ankhonde jani. In other countries, what role does tribes play in development when you compare what we do here?
Nimafuna aso ndikuyankha kuti anthu amene amabwera ndi argument imene yoyo amakhala kuti sanaganize kwambiri deeply or kapena sali exposed kwambiri. Okay? If you go West Africa, Ghana, they have tribes and they have regions. Okay? If you go to Nigeria, they have tribes. They know each other. You are Igbo man. And they are proud on social media. They'll tell you that's an Igbo man. That's a Hausa man. You understand? They tell you that. Now, like I said, if you love yourself, in economics, theory selfishness, being selfish in economics. Kudzikonda iwe kuti uzichulutsire chuma. Okay? It's also a good thing. Right? Okay. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, but he's still bringing companies. In trying to enrich himself, he's creating jobs, he's developing America, he's making his country a powerful country. Okay? So you love yourself, you want more for yourself, but you're building your country. So if these tribes kuti anthu azizikonda okha, ngatida kuzikonda zo okha, they can build their cities. Ayawo tamanga ni city ya ayawo. And that will be part of Malawian identity. So udi niyo munga kuya ifadi kumangoji kwa mangidwa city jina chake kumandisha ayawo. Why should you be angry? How they're Malawians. Right? Kujanjani kwa mangidwa side ina yako manja ngoni. It's okay. Kwa majefajo diti mafuna dizipangana suppress alias azikanga da kubisala. Is hiding. Ndisaonetse kuti ndine wacha kuti chakuti andinena. We are not confident. You have to be confident in your skin, in your tribe, in your nationality. That's how I see it. Mukapita kwa America, chisanzo cha kwa America. Even China has 56 tribes, ethnic tribes. Samabisa. Even ID yao amalemba pamenepo. You are Chan tribe amalemba. Dzina lako ndi. Ukapita ukasaka ntchito amachita kuziwa wakuti ndi wakuti. Okay? But the government has policies. Now the central government has policies that do not discriminate because of
tribe.
Noka muta kumasangana. Kumanena kuti inuyo mwana wanga sindofuna akwatiwe ndi muyawo. You can do that. Kuchina so the palima tribes ena madel. Sangalole kuti akwatiwe ndi wakuti. That's culture. It's okay. Komano jobs, the government cannot do that. Cannot say iwe usalembedwe ntchito chifukwa ndiwe wakuti. We cannot do that. Yeah. So I don't think there is a problem in loving yourselves, in loving your tribes. Zungofunika kuti anthu akhale okay, and we should use my identity atwaja kuchitukuko. Okay? Tamanga ni museum ya Angoni. A big building in town muno. Manene kuti Angoni Museum. It's going to boost tourism. If it is a bit of kujandiana ukaphunzira ku history ya Angoni. You will not say abanja Angoni akuzikonda kumanga manganina ya Lomwe Museum. Yet those are cultural. The culture is part of our national identity and it's worth if we utilize it well. If we use the tribes in the culture, kuti tizisankana, tiziyambana, tizisalana, bas. We don't use it kuzinto positive.
But I think of late I've noticed there's a bit of a shift mainly when it comes to festivals, these cultural festivals.
Yes.
Just a few days or weeks ago, there was the Umteto in Mzimba. So like a lot of people going there, just everybody just wanting to be part of, and these are chewas and all these type of people, but they were comfortably saying, let's, and I think the same thing in the Mlakobanova. There are like a lot of people that are not from the Lomwe belt, but they will make plans with their friends.
And that's a positive thing. That's a positive thing. Like I said, we are slowly changing. And it should be encouraged. That should be the way. It should be encouraged.
Okay.
We are slowly changing, and it's very important that people should be aware, even Anna, the kids, how we educate them. No,
that is one topic that I wanted us to discuss.
Yes.
You live in China. You teach in China.
Yes.
You're actually teaching English in China.
Yes.
Kumalawi kuno, one thing that is now on the rise in his menus. Kuti aliyese kuti aonetse kuti he's civilized, zawo zikuenda. Their kids aziyankhula chizungu. Like ukayendera nti uncle nake kuti wonoti I think azathu anasintha. The kids would be speaking English and wayankhula nchichawo that samamva chichewa ati ameneyo. And this is a kid oti wakulira konkuno, akuphunzira konkuno. Of course they are in high schools and things like those. What does language in this sense add to development of a country? Mainly if you are depending on an imported language which is said English, to be a global language as English.
Yeah. I understand where we're coming from. Pena nimanena kuti nthawi zina zake timakhala too harsh on ourselves, the way we criticize ourselves. Zinthu zina zimene timakhala ngati kuzilesa. It's part of growing. You go through that. Kumalawi kunoko ana amene akulankhula chizungu izafika nthawi azaspenda $1 kuti aphunzire chiyawo. Izafika nthawi inayo azaspenda $1 kuti aphunzire chitumbuka. kuzakhala maskulu achitumbuka schools tawina yake zaka mtaone, and you be taking your parents, you as a tumbuka walera ana awo ajasa kuva chitumbuka, you be sending them there, you be spending money. These things they come around. In China it's the same. Like I said, there are different ethnicities. Timangomva ife ma China jaga malankula kudakulangula Chinese. It's different. Different regions, they have their own dialects. The way we speak kunogwed ma dialects out. And the country decided with one dialect should be the national language. Yeah. So that dialect is what we call Mandarin in English. How you speak Mandarin. Yeah. That's the standardized Chinese. But if you go to different regions, they have their own languages. And chifukwa choti ana ambiri amene abadwa apapa maskulu akuphunzira Mandarin, kwabweraso ka generation kodena kuti samatha dialect ya makolo awo ichi. And now they have to go kukaphunzira zimene zijazo, you know. Yeah. So I think it's not a problem padakali panopa as a country that's developing. Illiteracy rate ku Malawi kuno is very high. Yeah. So we will need at least kuti tizafike mwina about 50%, 60% ya anthu ozindikira ophunzira bwino kenaka notice ati tiye tiphunzire sosa kuti tiphunzire. We can't do everything at once. That's the way I look at it. Okay. So if you have kids sakuphunzira chilankhulo cha kuntundu wanu, it's okay for now. They can survive chifukwa kunjaku aliyesa kupanga za English. Komano in the coming years kutsogolo it will be handy for people to learn these languages.
Okay. Great. One thing now also on the rise is the need to get your passport, get onto the next plane,
and leave.
Go elsewhere, and probably help us pray for the country from there.
Yes.
And it's on the rise. Everybody feels like, no, I'm tired with this lifestyle. I hear there are better things there. They see your TikTok videos. They see your... They want to live that life.
I get that a lot.
Everybody's looking for... I get this message.
What can I do to China? Yeah. It's also part of kuduguga, part of developing. If you are Malawi, zobita kunjazi zikufala kumene komanza twanadziamba kale zobita kumaka lela ana kumakhala ngati mananezi olo kumaka samala anthu odwala ngati za health za social work kaza chanchana anthu anadziamba kale. If you go to countries like West Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, akhala kupanga zimene zikale ambiri aphunzitsa anawo, they have built their houses through this. Okay, so it's not a bad thing kuti anthu akupita out. One thing chinaso chimene anthu sitimakamba kwambiri mwina chifukwa cha system yathu ya ku Malawi, we don't utilize kwambiri the diaspora, right? We don't have my policies opanga utilize the diaspora. I have friends from other countries, African countries, and every year they pay remittance. They send money to their countries through the bank. Osadizi ndrama zotumizira abale awo pa black market through dziko lija limalandira. For the country to renew my passport, I need to show kuti I pay for my remittance. Amalawi tili kunja sitimapereka china chilichonse to our government. Koma timafuna dziko lathu litipangire renew passport, litipangire renew ma ID, tikavutika embassy yathu itithandize ititantani, but we don't pay anything. You see, it's not our fault. The vote la system yathu, government yathu. I hope we can sanitize this. Kwapezera anthu apite kunja, it's a good thing. Zimathandiza GDP yanu, you're exporting labor. Okay, my programs are jonena kuti people apite ku Israel anthu azilipiridwa through the government. They kuti forex kubwera chanjani. So says zoti mudadi mwazipanga sanitize. It's a good thing. Kugenya sainira napo mpano Germany akusoweka manesi asainirana ndi boma la Kenya, president wa Kenya anapita kusainirana. Germany ibweresa curriculum yawo ya nursing mu university ma colleges ya ku Kenya, azipanga train manesi ku Kenya, akapanga graduate manesi aja azikhala ndi 2 year revolving 2 years ukagwira ntchito ku Germany, azibwerera enanso azipita every 2 years azitenga supply. That's labor. Money is coming into the country. You just have to do it systematically. The problem padakali pano Malawi tonse tikupita kunja, tikupita toka, tikusaka toka ntchito, tikuberedwa ndi ma agency toka, tikunyamuka tukafika ku Dubai. Ndiolo munthu kuti akuuze kuti boma atu tilipire chakuti. Everybody says no, we are on our own. But the government needs to see this as an opportunity and utilize it, because it's an opportunity. Philippines, Philippines.
Yeah.
Ima GDP yake a high percentage, I've just forgotten exactly how much, is from remittances, diaspora. Boma la Philippines, mukamayimba makampani ka Microsoft ka chanchani customer care amayankha anthu aku Philippines, amakhala ni ma call center. You are exporting labor.
And I think it's the same thing with India.
India does that.
Yeah.
China does that.
Now, when the Malawian government decided to go into this labor export partnership in Israel, and they are shooting down the idea, calling it modern day slavery. From what perspective would you call something like that modern day slavery, or as you are saying, labor export?
Another problem also with Malawi and Malawi government or Malawian politicians is that we don't know how to communicate. Sitimata kupanga device ma message, kupanga awareness, kupanga educate anthu. And we are full of secrets, doing things in secrecy. Okay, so many things happen and we don't know what happened. Kuti izizi zimakhala bwanji kuti zifike apa, we don't know. And if you leave room like that,
for speculations on how things,
people will begin to speculate. And when akawasaziwa, they will start kupanga spread zinthu zabodza. So if we can do something about spreading, sensitizing people, educating people, right? Monga ndanena kale kuti zopanga export labor is the government can handle it better. There are different kinds of labor. There is unskilled labor, there is skilled labor. Okay? Now, mwapeza deal ya unskilled labor koma kukupita anthu ama degree. Zisokoneza basi. Ndi anthu ajabira omwe uja ndi degree. Azitolera ma fruits ku minda. Kenaka akuzifira kuti ndi master's degree akuthawa. You see, zinthu zija mpaka na za foil. You see, and later on in mazamva kuti kunali my agents, sinali zaboma, it was my agents like that. Komano ineyo, I think the problem ndi misinformation imabwera chifukwa choti ifeyo timalephera kupanga communicate. Boma lidati lapanga announce kuti kukamba ndithu bwinobwino ngati medu kulankhuliramo kuwapangira present anthu kwafotokozera. Even musanayambe kuti ndi project yakuti kuliso project yakuti. Application process yake izikhala yakuti. Mukapita ukagwira ntchito musayinira zakuti ziyenera kuyenda mwakuti. Mukakaphwanya izizi ndiye kuti you come back, you bear the cost. Koma ife tipanga mwakuti anthu ena azipita. There would be people kupita ukagwira ntchito imene bwinobwino. You know kamuzo ankapanga kuti?
Yeah, I think that is not big too kali.
People were going to South Africa, to Zimbabwe. Teba
was like a whole government to government agreement on labor export. That's why even if I think kuli my issues are compensations of people that work there, because it was in the government system that it was done. You have been complaining, Goma, every time you come back home about processes, which Tagambwa Wambilo. Now, I remember you are emphasizing on how government Ingabangile is. You have gone to immigration several times to renew your papers or passports. You have gone to the road traffic to renew your driver's license when you're here. The same thing with your cards, bank and everywhere. you see the system, you see what happens there, and maunendo angapo akhala okulembabe kuti guys,
we are slow. We are too slow. Progress yatu, we are too slow.
Is it really slow, or there's something that people are trying to do and they make things slow? When you sit down and watch things and observe.
To be honest, I really don't understand until now. Like the ID things. I made a post about my ID. When I was coming this time around, I met a lady, her and her husband and 2 kids coming from the UK. They live in the UK. They are trying to operate businesses in Malawi. Yeah, they live in Nyambad. So we met Kuchileka, and they were like, I follow you on TikTok. So I was talking to this lady. She was coming to renew her ID, not to renew, to apply for a new ID and to renew her passport. Chifajota kala UK, addition I think my UK documents. Yeah. Anabida kukapanga apply for ID, ananjambula. Kenaga kumadi nditenge ID ja kuti sinatuluke. Iwa ja kumada bwa kuti ID just a card si kutuluka. Kenaga nkuzauza kuti ID ja atuluka koma ili kuli Longwe. Iwa ali Blantyre. Iwe nkumadi ndeibwera liti ku Blantyre ndiwauza kuti siti kudziwa chifukwa we tini mavuto a transport.
Okay.
Ndikumadi ID atuluka ili kuli Longwe, but I can only get it mukatumiza kunoko. Akuti simunganditumizire pa courier, akuti sitimapanga choncho. You understand? Sitimapanga choncho. Okay, chabwino mutumize pa G4 security. I will pay ineyo mungo kapanga post. Akuti we don't do that. The lady even offered ikunena kuti mutenge ma ID onse amene akuyenera kubwera ku Blantyre, anthu aku Blantyre. Mutumize ku office ya ku Blantyre, not to my address. Ku office ya ku Blantyre, I will pay for the cost. Anamudula phone. Kuimba so kumamuza kuti alankhule ndi abwana awo chani kumanena kuti we don't do things like that.
No, I renewed my ID 2022 kulongwe kuno. Just in area 3. Nimapita panoka nangozisiya. Nimapita kuti ndikaitenge. Last time I went there was I think 2 months ago. I don't know the ID inatuluka. He said, okay, thank you. Koyambako zimene ngati ati system matani. Now anandipatsa number. I don't know kuti ubwereso. So I went the next day Masana. Masana aja. I don't know umene ubwera mama osati Masana.
Do you know the problem? Anthu amene ali ndi maudindo akuluakulu. They don't go through this.
Yep.
Amaimba phone ID yawo imatuluka bomba.
Amaimba phone amakafika makhala ili ready. And it's not like it's a secret, it's there.
So they don't go through these things, and because we don't talk about them, they think they just don't love. They just don't love. Do you know how to renew an ID in China? Umalowa muka police station mabakanga renew ku police. Let's say ID yako ya so you go ku police station. Ukabida ku police kuja kuli ma cubicles. Ma cubicles mene kama kalira ngati ka phone booth like that. Makala camera already set, camera. Iweyo umafotokoza ndi amango panga panchini ma biometrics ako, ma fingerprints, dzina zilikali mu system akuza lowa umo. Ulo amene muja weka so machine zija ukhala weka mene muja ukakhala bwino bwino kacha chakujambula utulukamo ka khadi kako kakutuluka pachitso. You're going the same day. Zinthu zoti zilikale mu system. What you need is just madate, kusintha madate and my biometrics. Koma everything is this. The same card, ka space koyika nkhope ya munthu ndikomweko. Machine zilipo kale. You see? But the problem is anzatu waje fayoti they don't go through these things. Olala funa passport lero ndilero amapanga print.
It's very pano message my passport sa ku print.
The lady waku UK yo za ID anapita sana denge abwerera last week. Passport anajambulisa bwino anamuza kuti network ya tawo.
Network immigration, road traffic. Kumene kuma network. If you want to hear the word network, go to immigration.
What network do they use? You see?
No, but it's funny.
Yeah.
For a person like me, it's funny when you are kuti uli kunja kunthawi na yake. when people akamagamba zinthu sumazimvetsa until somehow you are able to interact ndi anthu ena ake and you see how they do things, you get surprised. Okay, my passport anasiya kuprinta 2 weeks 3 weeks ago, a month ago, and people are going there to still collect new passports and they're traveling every day.
Yes.
And now you wonder, wait, guy, I printed a machine at you. Wow.
You pay money. Like I said, that the way we are creating this country is like andalama ndopanda ndalama kapena maina ndopanda maina tukukhala maiko osiyana koma dziko lake limodzi. You understand what you go through iweyo ndizimene anthu ena amapanga experience zosiyana. That's the one thing that pains me. Okay, yesterday I made a video about zolankhula pa social media. I know the consequences of speaking pa social media. Maga kwa anthu oti akugwira ntchito mboma.
Yep.
My experience nditabwera kulilongo. I've been out, you know.
Yep.
Kuma shows, kuma I have met anthu ogwira ntchito mboma onena kuti I say iwe black teacher. Umalankhula chilungamo sasiye. Why do they say that? Because they cannot say I speak for them.
Yeah.
Ali mu system omo sangalankhule chifukwa kungoti alankhule iwo apange post imene yoyo ena ake apanga screenshot aonesa kuntunda mwamona izimene akuyankhula akadero transfer kapena contract kutha ntchito kutha. People are scared, you see. So let's speak. I hope that maybe one day anthu atha kuzizimuka, anthu atha waona ena ake nisachule maybe nisachule maina. Anyway, komano you would see, if you notice, if you observe, you notice kuti some people speak akachoka pa malo pamene amene inde mati ine munali pomwepo simapanga bwanji.
So langa limene my friend Fuse ndi limene lolo kuti you meet people oti they know.
Yes.
And now they will meet you and big up ase kubati yankhulira.
Yes.
These people, because ali pamalo paja sanga yankhule,
they are scared.
The moment they move out, so in mojena awiri, there are people that the moment they get their passport, they get on their plane, now they are ku UK, ku US, ku China. Pano say becomes I'm a kind of influential figure over social media. They have found their voice.
Yes.
Agabwera kuno kuti abweza kazika. They have they go under.
Yes.
Nchito. There are some people akakauta ali pa nchito. They are okay. The moment akangota achoka pa nchito ija, they are able to speak.
Yes.
Is this what you're talking about? And do you think there's any cure for that?
Do you know kuti kuli corruption kunja kuno ngoda anthu samadziwa kuti anthu timangokamba za corruption in general. Naeti kuti komano kuli corruption kunja kuno. And kuliso what we call impunity. Okay? Anthu amachosedwa ntchito. Kukuchosa ntchito and they bite you pamene umamva kuwawa kwambiri. Okay? So people who ali ndi ma benefits ali ndi ana kulipiridwa skulu ndi zonse zili bwino ali mtown munomo amaopa. You have a lot to lose. And to people, some are stressed. Manena kuti neyo what can I do? So there is that, and anthu amakanika kulankhula kwambiri chifukwa amaopa. Anthu ambiri amaopa. There is kukazabwera mtsogoleri wina wake onena kuti akuzidziwa zinthu izizi akuyamba kukonza uzaona anthu akumasuka. You see people will start saying kuti when they feel kuti kulibe impunity utha kulankhula. Nanga panopa ukalankhula kumakuza kuti utchule dzina la munthuyo ndi ndalama zimene anatengaso zichule iwe uta sipali lawyer wina wake analankhula zinthu zambiri mbiri anangosowa. You understand? They tell you kuti ulankhule provide evidence. What do you do? Yet. So people are scared. It's true that the system scares people. We need using merit. That's another difference, which I My guys aja, they use merit. Iniyo ngati muli dolo ase, pa chintu cho, iniyo ndinu dolo, akubasani mpata. You understand? They actually listen to experts in China. Kwatu kuno we don't.
Yeah, I was reading these other books here, how the Communist Party works.
Yes.
It's not like because you are popular, you just go there and say, Nduga Imina, we're going to be like an influential figure in the party.
They understand what merit is, and they reward merit. You understand? They reward merit. And how about they are in the when they are choosing people, and they can sometimes they make mistakes. Amata kumona ngadu ya ndi kutegera kumusanga ukapeza kuti munthu uja kupoira. Okay? Ndinaka mbabo za construction kuchaina kungoti building ina ake igwe apapa olo kunachitika na mondwe kaya chanchani mati chani mphepo izi muchichewa ya. Right? Kwachitika zinthu zosiyana building ina ake yagwa. Kuba mmene zikuonekera kuti building yamangidwa 5 years ago. People ijawenga gwese building hii. Tadisagirani, who was the structural engineer? Who was the project manager? Supervisor. Tandibweserani list yonse. All these people ainera atengedwe magari moto police agasaga. Kaya unasinta nchito kaya ulikuna kwake, you are under detention. Pending investigation. What does that create? Bridge jakungogwa ilibe zoli bridge namangidwa liti mukasagidwa amene anali chani amene anapanga inspection kodi inspection inachitika you have to do year inspection mukapita China kaya mungolowa building muli elevator ukaone ba elevator paje pamakhala ka pocket amayikapo chipepala inspection date signed dzina la munthu yonso pali pamenepo. The building manager kope chitunzi chake nambala yake zose zibaine. There are people who are accountable to my mistakes out. They know accountability, they know merit. Anthu amapedwa ndi ngati chifukwa choti anapanga negligence and it has costed people lives. Amamuyika so munthu so pa death sentence. Munthu oda anali bwana mwini kampani kaliba death sentence. You understand? So if you have a system like that, you prosper. People don't cut corners. Kumalawi niyo magula gramo yanu yanyowani mukutamanga, so you're not even overspeeding. Chipoti hope na bagen se odo mangidwa kumene gramo to gudubuka. No investigation. You cannot even sue roads authority. So we na boganto. Mwina amenali ndima ndalama, they can use my lawyers kuka wina boganto. You see? So we live in a country, you know, However, after saying all these things, I should
that was how I would ask you.
Yes, I should tell you.
Where's the hope now?
Yeah, I am a very optimistic person. Yet I don't look at Malawi to say we are bad. I see a lot of positive signs. Even men that bwera panoba, I see a lot of positive signs. I can choose to focus mango kamba zinu za positive zomwendo kuziona. Of course, some people will say and they would do kupanga campaign yaza kuza.
That's yes. What people usually say. Yes. If you're focusing on positives in everything that you say.
Yes. Like I said, nthawi zina zimangotivuta ife ndi crafting the message. But izinthu zina zonena kuti atsogoleri wakanakhala realistic how to fix this country. Azilangula chilungamo. Malawi, we need also to tame our expectations. Okay? Tikasankha boma anthu amakhala my expectations. Kuma my expectations ama kuchokera ma promise abo so zimakhala combination yoti anthu ajapanga promise zinthu za unrealistic. Anthu akuyembekezera zinthu zoti sizingateke. Koma you cannot blame anthu achifukwa inu mazichuladi. Pali ma video ainu yomukunena zimene zonse. Okay? if we can be honest, Malawi doesn't produce anything. Our GDP is very, very small, negligible, 1 point chakuti. What do we produce? As a country, we are the international market, right? Yeah. We are dealing with other countries. You need to make money, you need to sell something, you need to buy something. What do we produce? Komano, you have Antu telling people, we have you are convincing people by any measures, Malawi is a poor country. Okay? We can be rich, but you have to work hard to be rich.
Exactly.
And for you to be rich, you have to endure a lot of pain. You cannot fix this economy within a year. No. You have periods of pain. China had a period, people died, hunger, whilst they were trying to come up with ways to be food sufficient. The time we want to produce enough rice, we want to produce enough corn. Working hard, forcing people. There was a time all university students, they were being sent to rural areas in China. No matter what you have to go to rural area. People endured those kind of those periods. Leloli, we see a prosperous China. Do you know the process of getting there? Okay, we have communities areas where the local community, Ajinyamada, they pave roads. Like Ajinyamada was somewhere 18, I'm area 18 kutuluka. Kukapanga pave msewa kwa area 18.
Isn't that what used to happen in Tayagamus?
Yes.
Youth Week.
Yes, some countries still organize this positive engagement. Ajinyamada was entire holiday ngati no. This is the longest holiday. Secondary school students all say, I'm 18, tadulukan. Motivate them, do
you're
something.
Calling it into the positive. I mean, Kunogu, that was abolished because it looked like forced labor on people. Why are you saying it was a positive?
No, it wasn't abolished. It wasn't abolished.
During democracy, multi-party system, it
was just nene kuriyan. Tinajos system ya one party system, and we just neglected everything. Tikanatha kuchotsa one party system, komando kumakhala and youth week. Youth week was nothing wrong. Tikanatha kuchotsa one party system, komando kumakhala bendi civics lessons waphunzisa anthu to love their country. We were learning that. Yeah. Komano, we just said ngati kuti tachosapo tamuchosapo mujai basi you can do whatever you want. So that was negligence yomwe inaononga so dziko lino zinthu zambiri. Timakambaza kublanta kuja kukumbukira kukolokosa kuja kunali zima floodlights.
Yeah, like
usiku ujao, yes.
Yeah.
That was for security. If we had floodlights in 1980, why don't we have them in 2025? Imagine, we had floodlights in the city in 1980. In 2025, we don't have floodlights. So there was negligence. Zinto zambiri zina foira. In that time, so even GDP yathu, productivity yathu not very high. Before zinto zambiri timapanga doka. Nsalu kunali makampani umba nsalu. I was talking about tonje, cotton growing. We had areas where ana anaphunzira school chifukwa cha makolo kulima tonje. We killed all that textile industry, skilled. Pano tose tikuvala China. And tikamavala China, you know what we are doing? We are creating jobs for Chinese people. Yeah. There are Chinese farmers, they are growing cotton. They are making money with their cotton. Odi feti vale. Odi ndibwezi feti upanga cotton amene.
And make
yes.
Clothes. Yeah, I was reading post. I don't know who made that post. Magambaza zovala zakaonjika. It was in the same vein, of course. Export and manufacturing kunoku locally. Kuti zovala zakaonjika zimeti you are taking off my duty pakaonjika. What you're doing is you are just creating employment kwa kumene kuchuchokera chovala chonoti kuno because this guy is just going to get it and sell it.
Do you know the first time ntapita ku China kunalibeko industry yakaunjika ku China. The Chinese didn't have industry ya second hand clothes yomagulisa yomabanga export second hand clothes. It's just a few years ago that started. And inayambaso bwanji inayamba ndi anthu kumatolera
zovala zimene zapitsidwa kujen
kuti aukatumiza kwa ana ku midzi as donations. And a few guys came to Africa ndikuzapezano kuti ma Chinese abwera ku Africa ndikuzapezano ku Africa kuno kuti anthu timagula zovala zochokera ku America. Ku Africa anthu amagula mabero amachokera ku America. So they go back to China ndikanena kuti zovala izi ndi industry. Ndi anapangano industry imene iyi ndikuyamba kumubweresa mabero ochoka ku China. They were not doing that. When I went to China, there was no Chinese second-hand clothes market yomabweresa. There wasn't. It started a few years ago. And anachita kubwera kuno ndikuzatipeza tikuvala za second-hand mabero ochokera ku Europe ku America. Ndimene amazati iso ndi yani business. So they went back home anayamba kumapanga collect so ma second-hand. No, and my second hand yawo amakhala maquality zosiyana chifukwa zina zimakhala za fast fashion, you know, fast fashion.
You wear today, tomorrow is done.
Yes, it's done like that.
Okay. Okay, as we conclude, I wish we could have done
so many things to talk.
Yeah, and I was actually thinking maybe we can do like part 1, part 2, part 3 of this. When
we have time, we can always talk. But I will be leaving very soon, going back to work because I work with a school, like I said, and I only have holidays July and August. On 1st September, I must be back at work. So I need to be back at least maybe a week before 1st September. Kuti ndikafike, ndikakhazikike, ndikapange acclimatize bwino kenaka ndiyambe ntchito. Yeah, so
no, but I think we should be able to do more like virtual conversations based on like different topics that you have. You post a lot of things. We haven't just been very proactive on our side to say, oh, can we speak to you?
Yes.
Now I think that you are here. Yes. We have been in the same space for some time now. We're like, oh, but in Kanya, we could have you just comment on some things.
Yes.
And one thing in conclusion that I want us to just get from you is issue of industrialization. I see a lot of videos these days on Facebook and all these platforms where you see my factories, like my small scale factories. Opanga makasu, opanga tizitini somebody like this, like
yes.
And this is like not a factory production line, but like just people in the village, but final product my products we use as tatenga kwina kwake. Where did we miss as a country that we can do the same things?
Yes. I once commented kuti my observation Malawi amene amati panga contact tili ku China kuti akufuna zinthu ambiri timafuna ma consumables. Zinthu zoti finished products zoti zapakidwa kale Malawi. There is a growing middle class ku Malawi kunongo yomwe has appetite for zinthu za China, zinthu zokongola za ku China. It's very different ndi anthu ambiri amene nimapanga nawo deal aku East Africa ndi West Africa. They are always going for machines. They are always contacting you kuti I say now I have seen this machine china chake chopangira zakuti tachiyang'anani. So they come to China, they take machines. They see something, amapanga bwanji chimenechi. They go to find machine manager. Now, what do we need for us to boost industrialization? The first thing that we need to have abundantly is energy. Right now, Malawi doesn't have enough energy sources. Right? We cannot develop significantly if we don't have enough energy sources. Magetsi athu ngosakwana timakhala nditi ma program topanga rural electrification. We are just spreading the same amounted uyipango imwaza kuti tiziti magesi akubwera ndi chitukuko komano we haven't expanded source yathu ya magetsi kwambiri. So we have constant blackouts, load sheddings, yeah, it's difficult to have heavy industries kapena ma industries ambiri ndi magetsi odisokwanira. Magetsi akakhala okwanira amachipa. Magetsi akamachipa, it is profitable for you kuocherera chinthu kumagulitsa. Right now magetsi ku Malawi ngodula kuposa ku China. So olo iwe kuti ugule chimashini uchibwerese ku nyumba kuja uchike ku magesi ungoona bill yokhayo usiya uchigwirisa ntchito. Chifukwa tilibe magesi ochuluka and magesi so akudula chifukwa ngochepa, we are just, you see. Yeah. So the solution is to have to expand energy sources. Tidakhala ni magetsi ambiri ndipo ochipa. Even izomane uzanthu kuti musagwise ntchito makala. What's the alternative? Mwalanda anthu makala ntawoni muno, what's the alternative?
No, this is a conversation that
you see.
I don't know.
Tofuna anthu azipikira magetsi kapena azipikira gas. Do we have gas readily available? Ku China kuja kwamanga nyumba umakhala ndi pipe ya gas. Yes.
Last weekend
you had somebody
we knocked off here together and Ziko was like ndikupita ku airwing nakasiya gas cylinder pa line kuti andipangire fuel gas ku airwing.
Kwanza tu gas makandi pipe nyumba yako ijoga manga ku kitchen kuchi umabwera so pipe umakapilipira gas akubweresera pipe kuzafika ku kitchen wako. So for cooking, you know, we use gas in all houses. And magetsi ngochipa equivalent ya 60,000 wacha every 35,000 wacha I use the whole month, equivalent ya 35,000 wacha panopa I use from day 1 mpaka pa 30. Fridge, lighting, TV, china chilichonse cha magesi, you see. So magetsi ajaga chipa ningo the energy sources zikakhala readily available nkuchipa, industrialization imagwira. Panopa is too expensive. Although there's a machine to produce anything, you end up finding it's too costly, I can't make a profit. Therefore kuti ndigulise yiyi ndrama zanga zibwere sigwira. Kolo muze panopa munthu azipikira magesi. Ndi restaurant apikire magesi. Ndi kuti izingolwa kupiria magesi. So sometimes we want zinthu zina zake koma we don't provide solutions.
Oh, interesting.
I hear that say.
Yeah, because there's a lot of talk on we forget kind of machines, but we don't talk machines. Yes. Okay, for the machine to run,
you need
magets power, even manpower. We don't have training. That's why we have got. I think my company is like Salima Sugar. We'll bring you machines here. They'll put their plants, but just operating that thing. What we need is to extract sugar. This machine is there. Mizimbe but you need my Indians to come to just do the
umaziwa ujeni ma generator agwesko majalibo be maziwa.
The ones that were bought as backup.
They still have those ones. Ama ayatsabe. So magesi atu ndosa wanina be they still need my generator or diesel wise until today, you see. And they use that just to cover it. In Muziti problem is solved, but we don't have enough power. I don't know about the interconnection project ya tenga magesi ku Zimbabwe ku Mozambique. Yeah, but we need power.
It's said every year there's something. There's either a meeting in Ayage where whether Magaza, Minister of Energy, there's always this year we have been granted by the African Development Bank. Is it the World Bank?
Yeah. Zodi kumangidwe hydropower station ya Nyoan. And that's a positive news. Ngati zinga mangidwe within 3, 4, 5 years. That will be a big change ku Malawi because we need energy. You have these Chinese guys who are bringing my equipment, sell machines to mapanga zinto kuno. They struggle. Magesa tima, and you still have to pay the workers. Angokara. You see, so it's hard to produce because of lack of energy.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
True. so much to talk about.
Yes.
And yeah, I know we have to be very conscious of time for our viewers, conscious of time for you. You have very
Yes.
limited time to meet up with
Yes,
people and
yes.
all that. But it's a pleasure to have you and talk these things.
Thank you very much.
We sometimes get time to talk here and there, but I think this is the most time we have spent to talk about national issues.
Yeah.
And I think for a platform like a podcast, this conversation is going to go a long way. Highlight and who we have a lot of misconceptions.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is also my first time to be on a big platform like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I only do things on social media,
Yeah.
on my page, and yeah. So this is the first time having a conversation with you on a platform like this, and I hope it's gonna help open people's minds. I hope that somebody is gonna listen and then I go alindi mpamvu
Yeah.
kuntundago, and they have children. I always stress this. You have children and you love your children. Why not create a good country for your children? You know, leave a good country for your children, a beautiful country. You see? So I hope we are going to touch some people's souls and they can change.
All right. No, thank you so much, Nesta.
You're welcome.
The black teacher for your time, and to everybody that was listening up to this moment, thank you for being there, and a big thanks to our sponsors, LAB20 Tours and Safaris, LAB20 Innovations. I know there's a tour coming up, right?
Yeah.
We're still on to Majete.
Yes.
Okay, there's a tour to Majete coming on the 31st of August.
Oh,
29 to 35.
29th to the 31st of August, camping at Majete. The info about that can be accessed on LAB20 Tours and Safaris page. That's Facebook. And yeah, we are in the campaign period. If you need coverage for your events, if you need LED TV screens, stage, media-wise, you're still printing your materials for campaigns, speak to us, LAB20 Innovations, search us on Facebook, and we'll be able to support you.
oh, you print materials.
We print materials. These are all in-house printed. So everything we wear is printed here.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
no need to do that in China.
No, actually, we're
No need to
surprised
do
that
that in China.
we're surprised that some people
Are
are
still
still
doing-
doing
yeah.
things in China, but we can assure you that at least a good percentage
They're doing
of
it
the
here.
people that have good functions, NGOs, international NGOs,
Yeah.
the government,
Yeah.
now even political parties are doing it here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those are some of the positive things.
Exactly.
We have
So
to
we
talk about-
decided to bring the machines here
Yes.
and do all the work right here in Malawi.
Cool.
Sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for staying there. Make sure you like LAB20 podcast. Like, subscribe, and share. If you have any comments that you'd like to make sure you can comment in the comment section. But you can also follow Patrick on Facebook. Speak it out.
Talk it out.
Talk it out.
Yes.
Talk it out with Dr. Patrick Bande. Or if you love shorter, engaging videos, you can go on TikTok at Gumbusha one.
The black
At
teacher,
Gumbusha
yeah.
one, but just search the black teacher and you'll be able to get in touch with him
Yes.
for anything or any comments. A big thanks to Mr. Ben, Mr. Heatherwick, Spencer, and Tapokela decided not to interject today. I wonder why. But anyway, probably they were just following, but they were all here. Thanks to Vincent and the whole crew. Miracle Mbengo, Zuko Mombwana, Pierre Gray. That's how big the team is. Not even finishing everyone, but those are the people that actually stay behind the cameras to just make this podcast come to you. My name is Dennis Iman. If you can, think differently about anything and reimagine your world. Until next time, peace, and we're out.
1, 2,